Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see shit doing.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
When you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He puts him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. And this is going to just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to light up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
He's funny.
I want to go rebound.
This one?
Cut that up. I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's a sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what, big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Let's get
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Blah, 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 blah. Good morning, Vietnam. What's crack-a-lackin'-mackin' from the jack end to the back end? Oh, y'all up? Are y'all up? I'm on one this morning. These topics came easy today. We about to talk about it. Check the link in the description if you want some prescription. I'm talking about the medicine you need. Man, I'm putting that candy in the medicine. That means we're going to talk life lessons through the world of sports media, politics. God dang. Like Ice Cube said, God dang, I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you just wet and soft. Heard you were down with the AK. Then I see you on a video of Miss Chalet. Well, not only did I see you on the video of Miss Chalet, but I saw John Harbaugh in New York. New York, big city of dreams. They saying John Harbaugh and the Giants are working to finalize an agreement to make him New York's next head coach. and barring a setback, a deal is expected. Multiple sources tell ESPN. The deal is not final. Nope. And contract numbers still are being negotiated. Nope. There still is a lot of work through. But one source said, barring any setbacks, Harbaugh is ready to accept the Giants deal, and the Giants are expected to hire him as soon as possible, per sources. So this is basically, you saw her out in the streets, and it was love at first sight. You was like, damn! And you was scared to tell your homeboy you was in love already. So you're like, yeah, we're going to go out next week. But you're already blowing her up. She blowing you up. And y'all getting at it. Just waiting to make this final, to make this real. Okay, so, I mean, who wouldn't want to coach the New York Giants? Being real. First of all, it's the New York Giants. Like, before you think about the Giants, you think about New York. Harbaugh, he ain't in Baltimore no more. And you know that whole, like, DMV and tri-state area. I lived on the East Coast, obviously, when in school and stuff. They got this weird fascination with New York. Like, New York is it. And then it's like everybody else like, It's different than like on the West Coast. Oakland don't care about LA like that. Oakland be trying to like, nah, we Oakland. You be like, what? The Bay Area be like, no, we the Bay Area. You be like, what? You know, Silicon Valley be like, what? No, we not LA. We not LA. But out there, they be trying to be like baby New Yorks. It's weird. All right. So when you think about the Giants, you're like, New York City first. And then you start to realize, what is Harbaugh thinking? He thinking about this. God dang. Okay, so he said, excuse me, Lamar Jackson, but it's all right. I got Jackson Dart. Now, who's better? Duh. At the same time, this potential is scary. I love Jackson Dart. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I broke down the film session of all the quarterbacks, all of them. And this dude jumped off the screen in the preseason. And then, obviously, he was playing well, and then he got the injury to this guy, who's always going to be a dude. He's going to be a dude until, he runs out of gas. And he's going to run out of gas one day and it's just going to be like, he's always going to work hard. He's always going to run hard. He's always going to get you them extra yards. But there's going to be a day where it takes a toll. Look, he's a rookie already hurt. To my point, not to put a hex on him. I'm just, the way you run, ruthless. Your style is a juvenile. You ran with a gang and you slang in the meanwhile. You're going to sooner or later get hurt, okay? And he already sooner got hurt. And this dude is special. Good Lord. Good Lord. So this is the best. Like, he's better than Zay Flowers. Like, I love Zay Flowers. He's quick. Zay Flowers a Pro Bowler. Don't trip. But I am a competitor, and I can say who's better than who. He better. He's not Derrick Henry. Duh. But they may trust him more. They ain't get Derrick Henry to fire. Everybody fired. I would have, if I'm Steve Biscotti, I'm like, everybody get in this room. Harbaugh, I'm not going to fire you because I respect you too much. You've done too much. But damn it, fire everybody else. Who the hell ain't getting Derrick Henry the ball? So think about the trade-in. Lamar Jackson to Jackson Dart. You got a lot of upside here. Longer runway. Scatterboo. Downgrade, but at the same time, not much because they may trust him. It's going to be much, but they going to trust him. Upgrade. And you going to get paid more? And you ain't in Baltimore? I've been to Baltimore before. What that little pier area? Everybody be talking about either the wire or getting shot at or some crazy stuff or going to D.C. Ooh. Or you got to go to that little waterfront place where they be paddle boating. Man, if you don't get out of my face, best thing about your city is a pier. But we almost didn't have this moment. Peep game. This is funny. The butterfly effect is crazy because John Harbaugh would still be employed right now if Justin Tucker was slightly less horny. We love you a long time. Remember that? Isn't that crazy, though? Seriously. Justin Tucker gets in trouble. Now, I saw Stephon Diggs out there playing, and his nanny said all this crazy stuff, and he was playing. I felt the same way with Justin Tucker. I feel the same way with any allegation. I'm like, prove it. Come on now. It's okay. I'm not saying I don't believe you. Just prove it. You have, ma'ams with Justin Tucker, ma'ams, S's and Z's. Have you ever lied before? Yes or no? And you're on a lie detector test saying this. No. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, ma'am, you've lied before, right? Okay. Not saying you're lying now. I'm just saying this could be one of those times. So until we know you're telling the truth, can we do this? Let him keep kicking it. Can he kick it? Yes, he can. That's all I would have did. Which would have let it blow over and all of a sudden settlements and stuff. He ain't going to jail. They ain't even bring up criminal charges. It's just like a big old civil weird soup. And everybody, once one person says something and the dominoes could fall, everybody got the same story. Oh, yeah, I ran into Justin Tucker, and guess what? Guess what he did? What'd he do? Hold on. What did she say he did? Oh, okay. Let me just change her name. Okay. He did this. What was this? That. Oh, God. Just prove it. That's all I ask. Okay, so beat it up in the comments. Let me get some love to everybody out here in these streets. What's crack-a-lack and mackin'? We get up. Hey, we should call this show the early bird. Nah, that's corny. All right, anyway, who's number one today? Devin Bell. Whoa, where you from, Devin Bell? Tell me where you from, big dog. He said, don't know too much, but I know when the Marshals are looking for you. That's not good. U.S. Marshals, I guess you meant. What the hell story are you talking about? Devin, how you number one already and you talking crazy? Damn. Oh, Tank Davis? They looking for Tank Davis? Is that a topic is that tomorrow's show already being written? I'm writing it down right now. Thank you. When you're number one, you get special privileges. All you guys, hit the like button. Everyone tells me to do that. Be like the kids. Hit the like button right now so we can get this video out there. And more importantly, check the link in the description for two things. One, you can check and see how you can become a member. That's how we rock together even stronger. But two, you can see the show. I'm trying to put the show topics in there because I know a lot of y'all be like, damn, what's cracking? We got Fire Ryan Clark is today, McAfee Overexposed, Rich Paul, Stephen A. Smith taking racial shots, Stephen A. Smith taking jokes, men versus women. Is there a difference? Coach Jason Brown talking about gay men in the NFL and sexuality. Are we going there, y'all? Anyway, who's number two? Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith, you better be a member. How come my stuff don't show different colors like I see on some of them other things? Y'all better become members. I see y'all every day. New York City, the metropolis of the world. Oh, God. No, whatever. I'm not going to get into the L.A., New York thing, but I just noticed one thing. Admit it. There are a lot of one-way tickets from New York, but there are not a lot of one-way tickets from L.A. to New York. Right? Think about it. Jay-Z, Puffy, even going back, Russell Simmons, like all the people that, New York. Oh, New York. I'm New York, son. You know what I'm saying? I go down to the bodega, yo, you know what I mean? Ah. Where you live, dog? Oh, I live in Brentwood. Ain't a single person ever said I left L.A. and live in Brooklyn. What? Well, maybe Kendrick, but he just had a spot out there. He still kept it L.A. So anyway, let's get into these topics. Oh, I got to give number three some credit, and then let's go. Who's number three? Everybody got to beat it up in the comments. You beat it up in the comments, you can become number one. Look, that's me. I am literally looking at y'all. You can be number one. Peace, God. Oh, Anthony Smith, you already got smoked. You number three. Peace, God. All right, watch this video. Because, look, I'm not an apologist for LeBron. I know y'all say that all the time, and I'm going to keep talking about it. We got a LeBron topic as well. But this is why Justin Herbert still has so many defenders. So everybody's always like, why y'all be loving Justin Herbert like that? And I'll be like, dog, the dude is special. He, to me, is a top five quarterback in the NFL. No doubt. If you're talking about drafting a quarterback and like who I could build with, all things equal around him, Justin Herbert's not even a question. He's 6'5", 6'6", 230 and can move and can dart it. Yang. And he got the acumen. He got the personality that you want as a quarterback. Maybe a little more outgoing, but hey, his teammates rock with him. You know what I mean? But watch this. This is insane. Of what Justin Herbert has to deal with. It's crazy.
Bad you think Justin Herbert's situation is, it is somehow 10,000 times worse than you could even imagine. The entire tape against the Texans is a perfect representation, but this play encompasses it all. Watch the right side of the offensive line here. The second this ball is snapped, there are two white jerseys in Herbert's face. You're probably wondering how that even happens. Well, the right tackle and the right guard whiff on their blocks immediately, like they barely even get hands on the edge rushers. The right tackle is trying to booty bump Will Anderson, and because of how quick these guys got through, the center is unable to help the right guard, and he gets caught in the crossfire, making him useless. Herbert avoids both of those guys as three of his protectors look the wrong way, allowing a third white jersey to have an unabated rush at Justin, which he's able to avoid with a swim move, and then he throws a dime to Gadsden between two defenders. And guess what? He fucking drops it. This guy barely can buy a second in the pocket in 2025, and even when he does, his guys just, they don't catch the football. Forget any help from the run game. These guys can't pass protect, they can't run block. Poor Oronde Gadsden was the biggest terrorist against Houston I think I've ever seen. It kind of looks like there's some daylight here. We get a couple double team blocks on the guys up front. There looks like there's some room to run. Here comes Oronde Gadsden to pave the way. Oh, wait, he completely whiffs too, and it goes for no gain. And mind you, this is the same game that Justin Herbert's defense had them down by 14 within the first 6 minutes on 2 bombs, and they only lost by 4. Herbert willed this team to a potential win. He put the team on his back figuratively and literally. The pocket once again collapses instantly. He gets smoked by the D tackle. Somehow, while running into his own lineman, stays on his feet, has the wherewithal to look up downfield and throw an accurate completion for 10 yards. The list of quarterbacks that could deal with this amount of stress and still play at a top 5 level, play in and play out, is very short. This is an 11-5 football team, people, and it's because of number 10. The next time someone is confused on why people defend Herbert so hard, show them this video. Show them what Bradley Bozeman is doing on this play. The guy is surrounded by teammates who are double agent, and he's still not an asshole in press conferences. I think there's one player in the NFL that had the right to be a jerk. It's Herbert. No matter how...
Blah, blah, blah. Whoa! I didn't need that breakdown, but I'm so glad I had it to prove to people, because people get mad at me, hate me. I go to every single Chargers game at home. I'm a season ticket holder of a team that I loved, a team that I used to play for, a team that I deeply, deeply am bonded to. Had my best years in the NFL with the damn Chargers. And I go to the games and I look and I say, God dang, what the hell is happening? And then someone wants to ask me, what's wrong with the Chargers? And then I point that Herbert needs fatter teammates that stay healthy up front. Okay, but then that turns into, oh, you're making excuses. He can't do anything. Look at his playoff record. Look what he is. I said, dog, we win 11 games because of Herbie. Herbie? You saw in that playoff game, the Patriots came out there and said, please, I love you guys. Thank you, lad. Thank you, Mr. Conkey. Thank you, Keenan Allen. Y'all ain't getting off this man coverage. No, you're not. No, you're not. In those conditions, and there's a little cold, they just knew that they could plaster us. And damn it, they did it. And then, boy, did they send them dogs at the Herbert. Only thing would have made it worse is if we played Houston or something in the playoffs. It would have been worse. Woo-wee. So I'm not an apologist, but I'm a realist. Herbie a dude. He just ain't got enough dudes up front that stay healthy. So next year we'll be all right. They're going to be in it. You know the Chargers. You know Jim Harbaugh. 11 wins minimum. I wake up stuttering 11 wins. So we're going to see all that happen. Beat it up in the comments. I know y'all calling me out right now. Ain't go with this Charger love. Marcellus only want to talk about the Chargers and thinking they're good, and they ain't no good. All right, whatever. Back to you. All right, let's see what y'all talking about. Terrible O-line. Thank you, Bart Swinter, and thank you for being number 2 right now. Yep, you're right. Devin Bell says he's from Delaware. Okay. Oh, one of my best homies, Thomas Russell. Shout out to T. Russ. He's a head lawyer, general counsel at Amazon, big time. But he's from the streets of Delaware. We always compare how Compton, Delaware is just like Compton. You know what I mean? It's real. This hood out there. I was like, damn, everywhere, no matter where you go. DJ Quick made that song. Peep this. ESPN, daytime lineup, celebrates most watched year ever. Please stop coming in my comments. Pause. Going in my comments and always saying, ESPN sucks, ESPN sucks, ESPN sucks. ESPN core group of studio shows celebrated rating successes throughout 2025 with everyone seeing ratings rise. All the shows, basically. Yep. They invested in the talent. Yep. Let's find some good parts. Look at this. Highlights from the ESPN announcement show ratings growth across the board. Among the most notable is that the trio of Get Up, right now, Get Up is on. Don't watch it. Watch me. First Take And Stephen A. Smith gonna let you know they know number one, 14 straight years. And the Pat McAfee show all set ratings records, scoring their most watched years at the network. Of course, the success also comes as ESPN canceled Around the Horn, which is part of that lineup for many years. Okay, so let's just look at some of the highlights. 7 a.m. Sports Center, all right, delivered its most watched year ever. Oh no, look at me, I'm guessing. Since 2019. 5% up. Get Up, hosted by Greenberg, most watched year ever. There you go. 420. Damn, that's up. 424,000 people up that early. Good stuff. Show has recorded 4 straight years of year-to-year growth. I ain't gonna lie, Get Up got it right. Remember that they struggled at first, and it was like Michelle Beto, and I think it was Greenberg. I don't know. And it just wasn't. I mean, it takes time to make a show work. It does. It really does. They say year one, throw it away. Don't even care about it if it's good or bad. Don't even care. Just learn from it. But now they ain't Get Up. They got up. They up. First Take featuring commentator, all right, Stephen A. Smith, record-setting year, averaging 517, up 6% year over year. You know what's crazy? Remember all the talk about how, all right, so first it was obviously Cold Pizza. Then it was Skip Bayless. Then it was Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. Then it was Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And then it was Stephen A. Smith in the carousel of characters as he has right now, right? But remember how all the times they be acting like, oh my God, like it's because of him or that. But then they beat you up. So when you said, oh, when Skip left, the ratings actually went up. And then they changed, obviously, from ESPN2 and ESPN1, but the ratings still went up, even if you factor that in. Nah, ain't no way. It was good that he got rid of Max. Okay. And then you bring in Shannon Sharp with the carousel, and then everybody's like, oh, Shannon Sharp, he the one. Well, Shannon Sharp is gone now, and they still going up. Just letting you know. So it's based on who you like. When it's Shannon Sharp, it's because of him. When you don't like Max, it's not because of him. No, it's because Stephen A. Smith is the constant if you really want to go there. Say what you want. That politics, his podcast, that dude is in the news all day, every day, for everything. Every time I go on any site that's anything sports-centric, politics-centric, Stephen A. Smith is there. Genius move. McAfee posted his most watched year since The Daily Show debuted in ESPN. So all y'all who was hating on McAfee, that wasn't smart. 2 to 3 Sports Center. Nobody watching that, but I guess it's up. NBA Today. I like that show a lot. I don't like the countdown, or it's gone now, but I ain't like that. But I like this show, NBA Today. Malika is so cool. I mean, I understand she done stepped in it before. That's Stephen A. Smith and then all them, like, you know, what's his name? M.A. Adoka and all that. But I mean, like, her hosting. She's a good host. Don't do that. Say, yo, you be tripping on black men and you be tripping and going hard and being a feminist. Yeah, you're right. But don't go there. She keep that train going. That train be moving. NFL Live, hosted by Laura Rutledge, like her too, posted his best year since 2016. That's interesting. That's good. That's where Ryan Clark and that's where Orlowski and all them get their reps, basically. All right. Any of these shows, SportsCenter delivered 4 straight months of year-over-year growth. That means 8 of the months they wasn't. I hate when people do that. Most viewed weekday studio show. PTI is the one. Look at that. Now, it's partly it's this time slot. Everyone knows it's like it's not even a secret. It's just they got the best time slot, so they also get the best ratings. What was it, like 4:30 Eastern or something? So people are like almost getting off work, and then all the people who don't work be like, all right, it's time to watch TV before I go out, and I don't know. It's just a good rating. Great rating slot. 6 p.m. Sports Center. Remember that back in the days? Mike and Jamil Hill. Michelle. Its most watched year since 2015. 11 o'clock Sports Center. Best year since 2019. Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt had his best year since 2022. And even overnight when y'all coming in drunk, 11% year over year. Blah, blah, blah. So Sports Center, ESPN, all that, they doing good, y'all. And look, I don't like when you root for somebody's downfall. I'm the coach. I'm even the player that is encouraging you to go get it. I coach right now. But now they're kids, so it's a little easier. I can't lie. But when I see the opponent at the free throw line, I hear some parents sometimes. They be like, "I hope he misses it." And I'm like, "Don't do that. Let the dude make it, and we just got to make more." Like, I really believe in that. If I'm a race you, I don't want any issues with you. I hope your quads ain't tight. Hope your hamstring ain't sore. Hope your shoes are tied tight, and let's go. I want you at your best. So when I beat you, I know I'm better than you. But if, so root for people, man. Don't root for stuff to not work. Root for it to work, and you work harder, work better. Simple as that. All right, so that leads us to this conversation. ESPN execs have to defend Pat McAfee after the athletic survey shows decline in popularity. What? All right, so there was an article that came out. I didn't give y'all that one because they were just basically, it was a poll that said McAfee is losing support from the show's viewers. Let's see if they got it right here. So the poll was, how do you feel about Pat McAfee on College Game Day? Y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. The results show 49.5% of voters said they did not like McAfee on ESPN's weekly pregame show. They didn't like him. Almost half. While 31% said they like him and 18% said they have no opinion. Okay? Which is weird. Really weird, but I'll break it down why that's weird, but also why people do that. So then that made Burt Magnus, who is all of a sudden this year, well, I should say the last 12 months, has been talking, and especially talking for Pat McAfee, but he's been talking all things ESPN. It's kind of weird. It's almost like they asserted him, like, all right, go get it. Because they talking trash about us, let's go employ somebody to talk trash to them. I say that people vote with their remote controls. So if 3 straight seasons of record high audiences for College Game Day before and after any measurement changes qualifies as declining support, then sign me up for more Pat McAfee. And I'm with him there. However, let me clarify why it looks like, everybody hating on McAfee and all that stuff. There was a survey done before about listening habits. And they went out to all the people as they do posters, all that kind of corny stuff. Oh, what do you think? Who are you going to vote for? What do you feel? What do you like to eat? You know, if you ask somebody something, it's different than watching them do something, right? I can ask everybody, how many sit-ups you did last night? Oh, just write it down? Oh, I did 100. And then you have a hidden camera in that damn room. You saw 7. People lie. Anyway, so in this survey, they caught them lying. They asked all these radio listeners. This is when I was doing Max and Marcellus. They used to have these we used to have these information meetings so you can know how to read your ratings, etc. So we're in there, and then he's like, yeah. So they asked everybody, what's your favorite genre of music? Now, most adults like to say something that is grander than what they really listen to. Nobody wanted to write down gangster rap. You know what I mean? Even though they bumping NWA. So what they would say, and it's skewed towards classical music. Classical music had a larger bump than it anticipated and expected. So they were like, you know what justified that is that people want to sound smarter than they are. They want to sound better than they are, more intellectual than they are. But this is what this survey did, which was next level. They actually also tracked their listening habits. They asked them in poll, and then they actually tracked their radios. And you know what they found? Obviously, they weren't listening to classical music. It's crazy. People just say stuff. So that's why I hate cocktail party stuff. That's why I'm just me. I'm going to talk about you. Yes, I am. And if you get offended by it, you're offended. The whole Anton Daniel, Corey Holcomb, dog, you call me something, I'm going to return it. That's it. I'm not fighting you. I'm not mad at you. You just, hey, I play football. So there's an offense and a defense. You come at me, I'm coming at you. I see color, I hit color. That's it. It ain't deep. People get all caught up and twisted. What's up? Talking about me? Don't disrespect me no more. Shut up. I just told you what you just said was dumb. That's it. Are you a dummy? No. But keep saying dumb stuff. It may make me think that. So some people are thinking something crazy about McAfee. I don't agree with it. But I'm also balanced enough to listen to it. Let's go.
With all those caveats aside, I do think there is something to be said for maybe a bit of overexposure of Pat McAfee, perhaps playing into these numbers. You know, he's become more established on ESPN. He has a bigger role on game day. You know, this is the first year where he has taken over for Lee Corso's final pick and kind of been the finale of that show, which if we're talking about College Game Day, the highest, point in that show, like the biggest audience is always going to be for that last pick. A lot of people aren't watching the 10 a.m. and the 11 a.m. hours.
Yeah, he's
They're
the star
tuning in at 11:55.
Undeniable.
So you're seeing Pat McAfee's monologue, and that's like your only perception of College Game Day. And, maybe because he's taken on that bigger, more prominent role, people aren't as big a fan. But it's interesting in this same survey, I think I have the numbers here. 84% of respondents said they preferred College Game Day to Big Noon Kickoff. College Game Day had its highest television ratings ever recorded this year. People love Pat McAfee's kicking contest. So there's a lot of other data points here that would suggest that College Game Day is having a really successful run with its new cast. I believe in this same survey, Nick Saban had a 73% approval rating. So there's a lot of positive indicators aside from McAfee about game day. Yet, there's still this kind of nagging stat out there that McAfee has addressed in the past about a lot of people not liking him on the show.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Berg Magnus is correct. Like, y'all voting with y'all remotes. And so I don't want to hear what you like. You know what I mean? You know what? I look at me. I am faithful. I am in a relationship. Leave me alone. Yeah, anybody could write that down on a poll, but then I track your damn car. Why is it in front of that massage parlor at 1 a.m.? Oh, yeah, I was a little sore last night. Slept wrong. Yeah, you didn't go to sleep. What you talking about? So miss me with that, man. I don't listen to people. I just like, all right, I hear you. I hear you. I ain't listening to you. I ain't taking it in. Pause. I know. I don't know why. I've been watching a lot of Dame Dash videos, and I think it's the most immature thing in the world. Shout out to Cam and Mace for doing that. I mean, I ain't calling them. I just think it's corny and immature, and I love it. I do it all the time now. It's like the best thing. It just keeps you on like verbal alert. I like that. So beat it up in the comments. Let's talk about it. Shout out to my man Bart Swinter, who left $1.99 and not a message at all. Thanks for the super chat. Hey, leave a message. Damn, I'm going to say your name. Let me say something good. Say hi to your wife or something. How your kids doing? Something. Whatever. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let me see what you got to talk about. Healer Main next says Pat McAfee coming for Stephen A. Smith's crown? ? If he's coming for it, he gonna get it. Yes, Pat McAfee will get Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. Yeah, easily, because he's not an employee. So Stephen A. Smith is an employee, and that means they always gonna have some. They're gonna have him under his thumb, under their thumb. He's gonna always have to do something employee-ish. And that's not always what's best for you. If you're in a competition with somebody, you want free will, free choice to do what you want to do, right? Like, look, here's one example, and I'm going to leave it there and just go on. Remember when LeBron went up to Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith, who always says he's ready for the smoke. Oh, I'm everywhere. I'm inside, outside. I'm from Queens. Okay, now I walk up on you. 6'8" ain't the same in your head as it is in your face, is it? Right. 6'8" with muscles coming on top of muscles, making you... Now all of a sudden you just with celebrity friends ain't got nothing to say. That's fine. I don't want to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. But I know you scared. Now, you ain't going to say nothing. That's cool. Then you're going to go everywhere and talk about me. That's fine. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to your number one competitor, the guy you really don't like in real life, because you know why? You're jealous. One of y'all jealous of the other. And I would just, let me let you know. It's Stephen A. Smith to Pat McAfee. You know why? Taking people off. Ask Kendrick Perkins how many times he been on McAfee. Once. Then after that, he got this. Hey, big dog, check this out. My name is Stephen A. Smith, and I got a show too. And you want to do my show, don't you? You want to do his too? No, you don't, right? So, look, you know how it goes. So then the egos got involved. Pat McAfee ain't going to ever say it, but he could play it. So what does LeBron do? He go over to Pat McAfee show. And McAfee's like, come on. One, me and Stephen A. Smith, we have a little friendly battle. And two, that's what I'm saying. He's not an employee. So if they both were employees, then ESPN could have said, nah, we know what you're doing, McAfee. We know what kind of tit for tat game this is, this tug of war. We're not letting you bring him on. Or if he comes on, he has to go on all the shows. But when you're independent, just getting licensed, he coming on my show. And y'all ain't gonna say nothing about it, are you? Are you? You really are? So all I'm saying is, to your question, if McAfee wants the crown, and he don't need to wear the crown, he wearing so many hats to that video of Overexposed, whatever you want to call it. I don't agree with it, but he wearing so many hats. I don't need you to wear your crown. Who cares if I'm the king of ESPN? I'm the king of media. You know what I mean? Miss me with that. All right, I ain't gonna miss y'all with this. Let's go. 5 TV destinations that make the most sense for Mike Tomlin. Beat it up in the comments. Let's go. What are the 5? Let's see what makes the most sense for him. Let's just bet on one real quick. Let's go. Okay, the first one is ESPN studio analyst. I don't like that already. We know who that could be. Like, okay, so like him doing the Manny cast, him doing NFL, not live, but NFL countdown and stuff. I don't like that. Amazon game studio analyst, like on the set with Richard Sherman and them boys. Carissa Thompson, shout out to my old co-host. What's up, girl? I like that. So far, that's the leader, correct? NFL Today on CBS. Nah, even though I like it. James Brown and them boys, J.J. Watt and all that. Matt Ryan got to go because he's taking that Atlanta job. Those shows, man. If you're going to do that show, do Amazon. The streaming ones are better than the network ones. Not just better. That sounds lazy. It just seems like more exposure, more opportunity. You can carve out a greater lane, right? Versus just pass the baton. What do you think? Oh, I think the Cowboys by 3. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So far, I say Amazon. CBS game analyst, nah, come on, man. Well, y'all, NBC Football Night in America. All right, so those are the 2. Amazon or NBC's Football Night in America. If Amazon had Sunday Night Football, it'd be a wrap, wouldn't it? What would y'all take? Beat it up in the comments. I can't call it. I think that Sunday night is insane. But Amazon is like, I'm thinking out the box. I'm like, not only is it good already and great, I can make it crazier. Like I can do what I want. Amazon? Do my own shows. Yeah, so beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Where should he go? All right, let's move on. You know it's getting spicier. You can feel the temperature going. We're about to get into some topics. Well, all this coaching, maneuvering, and shifting has a lot of people saying, which job is the best? New York Giants look like they're going to hire John Harbaugh. We still got opportunities. Nobody want Cleveland? Anybody want Cleveland? Pittsburgh, etc. We know there's a lot of head coaches are going to find jobs in the next couple of weeks. Well, some of them shouldn't even look to be a head coach. According to Peter Schrager, he says the best job is what?
There are 9 open head coaching positions right now. I think the Eagles' offensive coordinator hire is more fascinating than any of those 9 jobs.
Any of them.
Yep. That includes whoever's going to be the head coach for Lamar Jackson's second chapter of his career. That includes the mighty New York Giants and the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers. This job right here, the Eagles OC, is as pressure-filled, as microscopic an analysis, and as hot a seat as any in the NFL. And Kevin Patullo just learned just how difficult a job it can be in that media market. Kellen Moore, when they hired him, that was not looked at as this amazing hire. They interviewed Cliff Kingsbury. They interviewed Zach Robinson. They did a wide search for that job. And when Kellen Moore won a Super Bowl and got the opportunity with New Orleans, it left this vacant role. And they said, we're going to hire from within, and Sirianni's going to hire his guy. He'd worked with Patullo for years. They were together. They did stuff with Steichen. They have a history. Who wants that job right now? It's a very, very important role in that organization because you have all the weapons and all the stars. But it is as pressure-packed a job and one with a hotter seat and a media microscope than any in the NFL, and I include those head coaching jobs. Kevin Patullo yesterday, there was a celebration in the streets of Philly when he lost his job, and more than that, there was a guy who did a driving range, and I saw this, and it was his face, and everyone was laughing about it. They threw eggs at his house. I don't know if this job is as desirable as you'd think just because they have Saquon and all these guys. That is a tough position, and you've got to have you-know-what of steel to walk into that job and do it with the confidence that you can get it done.
Well, No, Stephen A. We're going to talk about you later. Hey, you got to have what of steel? You know what you got to have of steel. Oh, my God. Look, that coordinator job there, because of expectation, because of assets, hurry up and get him in the building, first of all, and then let him properly assert himself, and then let him assess the talent. A.J. Brown, who I think is a dude in terms of production, also I see some issues with him. You know, sometimes I see some rigidness, some like stiffness. Sometimes I see physically and mentally rigid, physically stiff at times. I see him drop balls. I see him just getting disconnected from the team. And look, Would I take him all day, any day, every damn day? At the same time, we got to figure that out. Jalen Hurts, same thing. Be real. Ain't nobody that damn good, and then you get benched to the national championship game. I hate to do that to him because this is not a slight. This is just dog talking to dog. You know how they be having them good movies that be Pixar? And I love like a dog or a cat or animal translation movie. Like when they be and then they actually talking for real. They be like, nah, man, leave me alone before I beat your ass. Like, I love that. Jalen Hurts is a dog. He a Super Bowl champion and MVP. At the same time, you still got a question mark here. It's weird. Justin Herbert, I don't have a question mark here. I just know he hasn't done it. Jalen Hurts has done it, and I still got a question mark here. Just letting you know how the dogs talk, right? So, Saquon Barkley, what's up, dog? Even A.J. Brown called him out this year. He was like, oh, I'm slacking? Oh, my production down? Oh, y'all must have just interviewed Saquon too, right? No? Nobody? Anybody? Crazy, right? So you look at the assets, and you're like, let somebody assess them properly. Let somebody go in there for real and get after it. All right, so beat it up in the comments. Let's talk. We got Scott Van Pelt coming on. He's going to tell y'all what Aaron Rodgers been told y'all. Relax. RELAX. Otis Who Network. Shout out to you, big dog, with the super chat. I appreciate you, homie. Way to support the West Side, homie. He said, I love that you are unapologetically you. Keep rocking, big dog. Oh, thank you. Thank you. One thing I think everyone should understand, this is why I tell all the itty bitties when I go to the schools and talk. And they say, so how do you figure out the road to success and everything? I say, I always think it starts with identity. Like, there's two things about identity. Old school, we learned identity was who you are. And I don't look at it like that, especially with little kids. You want to be a fireman? Yeah. You want to be a policeman? Yeah. You want to be an NFL player? Yeah. You want to be a teacher? So I always say it's not just who you are, it's who you are not. That's what you need to tell a kid. First of all, it's hard to know what you are and hard to know what you want to be, but you can certainly say what you don't want, right? Kids talk like that. Adults talk like that, but really kids. I don't want that. All right, so you're not going to be a drug dealer, not going to be a gangbanger, not going to be a... And I told myself, I swear, I was young. I was like 8, 7, 9, somewhere in that world. I said, I'm not going to gangbang. I just said I'm not. It wasn't deep. I ain't write a poem. I ain't run out to the streets. Hey, cuz, hey, blood, I ain't banging with you, homie. I was just like, that's my mindset because I knew my identity. I just knew who I was. I was like, I'm corny, I'm funny, I'm lighthearted. I get mad when you get mad, but at the same time, I'm big enough to not take it out on you, but I don't like it. So I'm petty. I'm petty wop. Oh, you say something about me, I'm gonna find out where that level is. Did he go in on my mama? Did he go in on my wife? Did he go, pause. Did he go in on my kids? Okay, return fire. And that's it. I will never escalate it, but I will certainly respond. So that's it. I'm not a fighter, but I ain't no punk. That's life. So I want everybody to do that. I'm sure most people have, I hope. If not, you're kind of rudderless. You don't want to be rudderless in this world, okay? Speaking of this, sports media, sometimes it's rudderless, doesn't know which way to go. Van Pelt, help us out.
The whole Lynn Jones deal from the Jacksonville Free Press. Quite a bit of reaction from our little group of the world. See a lot of media folks there that were like, this is not how you do it. Embarrassing. Take the credential. I got to tell you, all of us, it ain't that serious. What we do, it ain't that serious. No one's solving the issues of the world. We're not feeding the hungry. We're not healing the sick. We're not curing disease. We're talking about a football game. And when I see people that are so aggrieved that a woman who's a fixture in the community and has been for 30 years writing for community newspapers takes 20 seconds to be human and kind, and your reaction to that is to be angry as if someone were denied access to be in that room or denied the right to ask their hard-hitting question about the Jacksonville Buffalo game, you gotta relax, because it ain't that serious. I've been in those rooms. You know how many times I've heard horrible questions, idiotic questions,
talk about.
You want to start policing people? This isn't the place for that. You shouldn't do that. Okay, well then here, let's kick out every person who says, can you talk about the third quarter? You know why? Because that's not a question. I'd love it once if a coach would say, yeah, I can. Can you ask a question? Just so you all understand here, the press conference with Liam Cohen was 6 minutes and 17 seconds. 3 people asked the same exact question. One person asked a question about Josh Allen's toughness, and they asked, are there any more questions? He waited 7 seconds and left. In review, great writers were not denied access to this place because Lynn Jones was there. And anyone who was there was not so aggrieved by these 20 seconds that they couldn't then ask their hard-hitting question that was going to get to the bottom of the 27-24 result. No one was prevented from being in there because she was there, and no one was prevented from asking their question because she was there. The net is it's 20 seconds that didn't negatively impact anyone in that room or prevent anyone in that room from asking their question. And the collective outrage from people to say that's not the place, in theory, no. But is it a big deal? No.
Omaha! Shout out to Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Jamie Horowitz, the whole crew. Love what they do at Omaha. Love it. Love it. All right, here we go. It's sad that we even got to explain this, right? Isn't it sad? Like, these writers, dog, like, they have a poverty mindset because they know they're fading out. They know that they're dinosaurs. They know that the day has passed them by, or at least passing them by. And that's a poverty mindset. When you start looking at things through competition instead of collaboration. Like, when I was broke, I wasn't like this because I was broke as a kid. But as a kid, I noticed that people were just stingy and selfish. Or when they did give, they didn't give with positivity or love. I've seen this 1,000 times. Soon you give something, you like somebody came over, oh, you got some sugar? Yeah, oh, okay, girl, I'll get you some sugar. Mama go in there and get some sugar. All right, thank you, close the door. All right, see you later, girl. Soon as you close the door, damn, always begging for some damn sugar. I was like, oh, mama, why'd you give her the sugar? What you give her the sugar for then if you're going to be mad as soon as you do it? A lot of Canadians are this way because obviously my wife's Canadian and I know her whole family. I'd be like, y'all so nice and pleasant because y'all, when the door is open and you're like, yeah, Shirley, of course, sugar. Soon they close the door, they're like, always asking for sugar. Like, you need to be realer. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because you create your own resentment. You create your own obstacles, your own adversity. Sports writers, evolve. Sports writers, no one cares about 3:17 in the third quarter like Van Pelt said. You old curmudgeon, you old mad-ass dude. Okay? I'm trying not to judge you, but you keep giving me too much to judge. It's just silly. Who in the hell? And it's crazy. Jamel Hill, homie. That's the homie. But at the same time, she went in on the lady and then found out she was black, and you know what she did. She had to reverse course. Can't go in on somebody black, not publicly. And that's one of the worst things that's happening to the black community, lack of accountability. We need more public criticism. Yes. You want to know why? Because we're in last place. If socioeconomically you're in last place, and I remember I did a video about this maybe a month or two ago. Go check it out. I broke down the socioeconomic category, 17 of the major ones. And I broke it down by race and ethnicity, right? And I said, where are we? And where is they? And where? Black people were last in 14 of them and second to last in the other 3. Basically, yeah. So if you're competing, which I don't do, but I understand you do, so I'm talking your language. If you're competing against another race and you in last place, guess how that film session gonna look? Like this. Hey, my coaches always do this. Oh, I used to love it. He grabbed that little red laser he got from Staples. And he'd be like, hey, is this you? Wiley, 75, that's you? That's you, right? Okay. I want y'all to, man, I love this. This is kind of accountability. He's like, I want y'all to watch Wiley on this play. Go. And he hit the little quicker, and you going like this. He said, Wiley, what are you doing? He already told you what to do. He just rewinded the fact. Rewind. You know what to do. Why you ain't doing it? Same time, he come up there a week later. He's like, I want y'all to watch Wiley on this play. Learn something, y'all. And here they go. And he said, see that? That's what we need. When we get off, we engage first. We don't do all this. Where you going sideways? You go up the field, right? I think the same way when it comes to these conversations. This is why I don't play the race card. Because I know I was a poor black person. I was a rich black person. I've been all things in between. I've been a smart dude. I've been fat. I've been everything. And guess what I noticed? Your attitude will determine your altitude. Look what I noticed. People will measure you based on what you give them. To get is to give, because to give is to get, etc. So we need to be more critical. That was for Jamel Hill. We're going to talk about her a little bit later, too. Beat up in the comments. We got this topic coming up right now where Cignetti is getting a little too much love. Some are saying, even though you know me, I love Cignetti. You can say no wrong right now. In the power rankings of people in this world, Cignetti is up there. I love that dude. So, yeah, I hear y'all in the comments. Yeah, I'm going to publicly criticize anything and anybody, including myself. You know, when I stepped in it or somebody accused me of something or some BS, the first video, let's go. Let's break it down. It's a big film session. There's no coincidence. This is a locker room set that Fox built for me. Thank you, Fox. I was thinking the concept, but I wasn't, you know me, I'm not handy. I wasn't going to build this out. And it's not that much, but it was like, I wasn't even going to do this. And they were like, nah, we should do this and this and this. And then obviously our relationship splintered. But, this is it. I love the locker room because you can talk the real. I don't care how you feel, punk. Take your ass on the field and shut me up. You're sorry. You're great. Doesn't matter. I love you either way. You're my teammate. See what I'm saying? That's how I got to be in real life. We're teammates, even though some of us suck. But not Cignetti.
I don't think Indiana's going anywhere. I don't think anybody does. But obviously, all time, this isn't even a debate.
No.
This isn't even a
this is a right now question.
A small blip on the radar. Like this is a stretch mark on Notre Dame's butt from the stuff that what they've done throughout their career. But right now, I would say that when you're talking about Cignetti, as much as Marcus Freeman got a lot of pub, there's no coach getting more pub than Cignetti.
Right.
If Cignetti wrote on a napkin hey, talent beats talent when hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Oh my God, it's the greatest quote in the history of the world. We literally would be like, Cignetti's the biggest genius I've ever seen. That's one thing, honestly, because I'm very much a contrarian. I get really, really tired.
Me too. I'm a contrarian. That's what everyone tells me, so I got to accept it to some degree, I guess. I don't think I'm a contrarian. I just don't accept what you think or accept the way it goes without challenge. I challenge everything. I challenge all things. So I guess that's a contrarian. But I just had to interrupt to say I love David Pollack. I've always, since day one I saw him at ESPN, way back in the days, I was like, dog, I love how you get down. So keep going.
Tired of certain narratives. But the fact that, I saw an ESPN article the other day, and it was like, Cignetti personally watches every transfer. No shiznick, Sherlock. So does every other motherfucking coach in college football. They all watch them. You don't think Kirby down the road is going, nah, y'all got it. Hey, that's good.
You.
I trust you with my $2.5 million check I'm about to stroke. No shiznick. That part bothers me a little bit. I love Sig, and I think he's been great for the sport. His confidence, his leadership, he's got all of the right things. Here's the thing, though. Here's what the media is always going to do. Build. Give me a crack. I'll slap that, and I'll knock you right back down a few pegs, because that's exactly what the media does.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's real spit. We know right now they're building them up. Indiana building them up. And the first crack can come, because he only lost 2 games, and none of them happened this year. The first crack can come in that national championship game against Miami. I don't think it will. I think that they're going to beat Miami, even though I think Miami's more talented. Talent doesn't mean that much anymore in sports, as we're all starting to witness. Remember back in the days, all the talented kids were in the hood. If they weren't black, they were just broke, right? Remember that? The best rappers in the hood. No, it ain't. You guys heard that rapper Jay? Is it Jay Wick with the hot sauce pork chop sandwich? I ain't felt this way about a new rapper since Nelly in terms of this. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he is authentic. You remember when Nelly first came out? I'm going down, down, baby. And that video came out. I remember watching it on my floor. I was like, Whoever that is himself, and he gonna make it. That's all I said. I ain't say that it was like Snoop or I was like, he is him. That is him. So I feel that. I feel the same way. Like Kirk Cignetti, you gonna build him up, he gonna win. Google him. He said, Google me, baby. He gonna be himself and he gonna recruit and he gonna have ballers. But at the same time, talent ain't it. Miami might find out. I think they're gonna find out. Because I tell my son this all the time before we move on to the next topic. My son, MJ, I said, it ain't how good you are. It's how well you play. And I think talent gets diluted and thinks crazy about how good they are and not how well they should play. It's almost like when you're so talented, and look, I can't lie. I keep it one. I was a very talented kid. I was so, basically when you're a talented kid, either you're big or you're fast. I was both. I could run. I just born. I didn't work on running. Running worked on me. As soon as I was born, I was like, damn, I'm fast. I could race anybody. Point being, sports came easy to me because I was fast and big. Oh, they were like, psh. But then you got to wake up. In high school, I had bad knees, and it woke me up. It made me say, because I took steps back. Then I had to work on myself, so I built up my work ethic. Thank God it's silver lining, blessing in disguise. I didn't see that coming. If it would have just kept going like it did when I was younger, I would have went to the first football factory and did whatever I did. Instead, I got knocked down some pegs, then built myself back up, and I was like, I'm going to an Ivy League school. That doesn't happen without me taking steps back, without working on just your talent, but also your work ethic, work habits. Okay? So prayers up. And I accepted those prayers. And I want y'all to pray also for, we were speaking to Kirk Cignetti, for his quarterback. Pray for Fernando Mendoza, because everyone knows what's going to happen after this game, and it's unfortunate, but here we go. Everyone pray for Fernando Mendoza. Nothing wrong with him. He just has to play for the Raiders. You're stupid. Sin City, the Raiders. Shout out to Ben Horowitz. Oh, man. Shout out to Jules Horowitz, Felicia Horowitz. Those are my people. Those are very loyal Raiders fans. They give them a lot of their season ticket money. And, boy, they ain't getting nothing in return. It's the worst. I mean, the worst. Oh, I go to like 2 games a year with them, and I just crack up. I'll be like, I know my Chargers ain't going to win it yet because we ain't got an offensive line that can stay healthy, but I'll be like, y'all ain't even going to win. Jack, y'all horrible. All right, beat up in the comments before I get to what's going to happen in college. We're going to stay a little more college football before we get to the next topic. Dante Moore decision. People talking about what he should do. Colin Cowherd, Joe Klatt, etc. Cignetti is the flavor of the month, Danny Fan says. Thanks for the super chat, Danny Fan. You lucky you paid for that because that was a BS comment. He ain't no flavor of the month. He is the flavor, period, of the year. That dude ain't going to stop winning, FYI. He won't stop winning. And let's see if Dante Moore is going to get back to winning, because last time we saw him on the field, not only did Oregon lose, Dante Moore, his draft stock took a hit. You wouldn't blink an eye. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know if Dante Moore has his phone number, but I think he went on a search to try and find it, because listen to Dante Moore.
Yeah, of course, first things first, I have to give glory to God for, of course, letting me be on this platform I am, the blessings he's given me. Yeah, this past year was a year that I remember for the rest of my life. Just my teammates, the adversity we went through, and just the way to be able to, as a kid, to play in the semifinals. And, of course, the year didn't end the way you wanted to end. And, of course, got to give your kudos and credit to Indiana. But, yeah, with this decision, mainly all my life, it's kind of just been, being as most prepared as I can for any situation I go into. And when it comes to me just making my decision, of course, I want to feel most prepared and, this is best for my situation, especially as a quarterback. And with my decision, it's been very tough. I prayed a lot about it, talked to many people, my mentors and people I just look up to. And with that being said, of course, I'll be coming back to Oregon for one more year and being able to play for the Oregon Ducks and, of course, reach our goal and be national champions.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack. He going back. Quack, quack. Yeah, that money kicked in. Troy Aikman like, damn it, I paid for that dude to stay at UCLA. And he took that money, went to Oregon and got more money. Phil Knight said, Dante, before you talk to Joe Klatt, let's talk. Hey, just Phil Knight right here. Mr. Nike, they call him. No, not Michael Jordan. I pay Michael Jordan. I'm about to pay you too, boy. You just stay here, stay still. You want your own shoe? Huh? What you want to call them? More menthols? Hey, this is crazy to me, too. I love this. The juxtaposition of this. First of all, I had a big afro when I was little, and then I got too much like grass and shrubbery in it. And I just cut it off and been here ever since, pretty much. Did you know I went to a Jerry curl? Then I started going to then I went to the ducktail, all that. His hair is, my son got an afro. He's 10 years old. He's never cut his hair, and he's 10. But we can round it out at least. His thing uneven, and ain't it crazy? Look at her hair. Obviously, like me, right? I love bald women too. Oh my God. Short hair, Jada Pinkett style, all the way to this. This is fresh, okay? But he got all the hair. She ain't got none. I was crying. When I first saw that, I started dying. I was like, this is wild. Oh, man. Love to y'all. Beat it up in the comments before we get to Bill Simmons and his conspiracy and hijacking of the Los Angeles Lakers is working to perfection. Yeah, and he's sitting there just twiddling his mustache going, got y'all asses. Bill Simmons hating on the Lakers, and it works. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, love to y'all talking about Jay Wick saying, yeah, y'all just got hip to him. And, yeah, he's sick. Love to him, too. All right, let's get into this. This is Bill Simmons. Bill, did you do something?
I just did an amalgam of all the text I've gotten. You're an evil genius. You launched this Game Over podcast with Rich Paul and Max Kellerman solely so you could destroy the Lakers, and it's working. First of all, I'd never do that. As much as I despise the Lakers, I would never use a Ringer podcast to try to bring them down. That feels like bad karma. It feels like something bad would happen with the Celtics. So how dare you on that?
Said Celtics.
This podcast has made a lot of news for the Lakers stuff, especially this week. And if you haven't listened to it, it's Rich and Max. They've known each other forever. It's a really good podcast. I won't call it a fear, but my one question with it was, is Rich going to be candid? He's still an agent and a power broker, all these things. Tied to LeBron, obviously. Is he going to be candid? Is he going to be candid about the Lakers? He's been incredibly candid. And I was walking around LA on Monday listening to it, and all of a sudden he's talking about how the Lakers need Jaren Jackson. And then it's like, well, they would have to give up something to get him. And, maybe Austin Reaves if they don't want to pay him. And it sounded like my podcast, but Rich is LeBron's agent. I love it. I think this is great. And by the way, this is what's happened with podcasts the last 10 years. We've had players like Draymond and those type of guys have started, Paul George, Jalen Brunson. All of these guys have podcasts where they just talk about their life and they talk about the sport like they're fans. And now Rich is doing it, but he's the most powerful agent in the sport. It is fascinating. I couldn't be more delighted that the Ringer is involved. And if it's caused trauma for Laker fans and disarray behind the scenes, I can't say that was the intention, but it's a pure delight to me as a Celtic fan to just watch this happen. So yeah, unintended consequence, but I've been really enjoying the podcast. Go Rich. Next question.
Blah, blah, blah. So obviously by design, obviously y'all know Max is my dog. That wasn't what they were trying to go for. But to his point, Bill Simmons, like when we first saw active players doing podcasts, we were like, ugh. Well, let's go back. Even when you first heard a podcast, you was like, what is this? What's this fake little TV show you trying to make at home? Like, boo. Then obviously Joe Rogan and, we start seeing Nikki and Vlad. Let me stop. All these podcasts popping up, the Paul brothers and stuff. You're like, damn, this is dope. This is actually a different flavor, authentic, right? This is how they really roll. Instead of watching people in suit jackets on network TV, knowing that they're wearing shorts, you saw actually dudes at home wearing shorts. You're like, oh, they're keeping it real. Cursing, all that stuff, right? So now we're at that place. And then the design of it is to take it to the next level. You got Max Kellerman, who was on the shelf for a couple years, and he comes back with his genius. And then you got Rich Paul with not only his genius, but his experience and also his insight. And he's privy to so much information. And it's just like, how much is he going to give up? How much is he going to give out? Well, maybe a lot of people saying now you gave up too much because the Lakers and him and a lot of the Laker fans are up in arms because of the talks. He's talking about trading Austin Reaves. Max Kellerman doubles down and say, hey, you could trade Luka, you get even more. A lot of that conversation sounds biased. So now Rich Paul has to respond. Let's go, Rich.
Yeah.
How does that work?
He understands this is not like a podcast playground. We're in the content business. And after you get done saying all these different terms, just end it with business. I'm a businessman first. This is a business. So this is my business, just like he has his business. I think it's a respectful behavior that we have towards one another. I think you see agent-client behavior. And I think the other thing that sits up under that is he knows that I wouldn't sit in here be doing, I don't do anything with malice or with spite. And if there was something I wanted to say, I go right to the source.
But that's actually a special guy, LeBron. Like I understand, and I've said this on the pod, why LeBron would be perplexed about coverage of him. Because 99, he's a 1 in a billion basketball player. And then he's expected to be a 1 in a million person too, which he really is. Like, to be in this environment and almost never, I've criticized LeBron. I've criticized LeBron about his criticism of Daryl Morey and the whole China thing. I was strong criticism of LeBron at the time. But that's here and there. Like, people can do things that deserve criticism. If you're LeBron James and you go, 99% of my game and 99% of me as a person is positive, why does the coverage feel like it's 50-50? It's out of whack, right?
Because of things like he just did.
But so what I'm saying
That's not the norm.
that is what he said. The way he supported you is not.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt. I ain't see this full shot. Yo, look at the New York shun. You know this is filmed in L.A. Yo, B, take the Timbs off, B.
Normal.
It's not normal.
That's extra. Yeah. And the interesting thing to me that you just said is, this is my business, that's his business. I thought of the...
Blah, blah, blah. Just keeping it real, LeBron is a special type. Think about it. Never has really stepped in it. Oh, he's done some things that make you say, oh, God. Oh, the whole painting, somebody painted the N-word on his gate, and we ain't got one picture? That was kind of good timing or weird, right? I ain't saying it ain't happened. I don't do that, right? I ain't got to prove something to you, but at the same time, that would have been a good time to prove something, right? Whatever. LeBron did go a little bit with the whole, like, as a black man, I was like, LeBron, I mean, everybody can know where you live, but I know where you live. And I know how you got to get I know where you live and I know where you work. So I know the path you got to take. And don't tell me about how they treat you, because I'm from L.A. and I've had $5. Don't be trying to spook people, spook the black people. Ooh, they treat me like this. Imagine what they're going to do to you. They ain't going to do nothing to you if you don't do nothing to them. You ain't going to do nothing to you if you don't do nothing. Dog, I am 51 years old, grew up in what? All that. Ain't nobody ever mess with me. Ain't no cops mess with me. You know who mess with me? People. And then I was thankful for the cops. I was like, come get this fool. He banging on me. When I got jacked, took my hat, etc. So that was the only times that I was like looking at LeBron like, but it didn't make me say he ain't a great basketball player. That's what gets me weird. Okay, for all y'all people who don't like LeBron, okay, that's fine. But then you start knocking him down because of you don't like him, so his game ain't the same. I just want y'all to I always bring up Michael Jackson. I'll be like, nobody, yo, don't talk to me about Michael Jackson is getting played. R. Kelly is getting played. Separate the gift from the rift. I don't even want to hear your argument. I'm a DJ. I remember playing R. Kelly after all that stuff. I was like, he doing the time. He gonna do the time. Don't mean I can't play this song. Step, round and round. What if it was your daughter? My daughter might pass the album. What who y'all raising? Who y'all raised? These aunties y'all raised by. Who the fuck? Like, you can't separate you. Oh, so you're perfect. Oh, you're not? So you want me to throw out everything about you because you did some bad things? Yes? Okay. Or when your uncle comes back from doing 7 years, he ain't accepted. Huh? No way he rehabbed. No way he's better. Shut it. Let's go. Stephen A. Smith. We're going to talk about you right now because let's get a little light on Stephen A. Smith. Let's get a little light-ish, levity before we go hard because people are going in on Stephen A. Smith. But before we do that, let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. Love to you guys out there. Oh, somebody said, J-Mo D said the N-word on defense was actually a side chick the streets know, LOL. I don't know about that. If that was true, she sure got a choice word or choice words. Why would you write that? You know, side chicks can do a lot worse than write N-word on your fence. I don't believe that. All right, Mike Hunt says don't play with Max. And, oh, okay, this is interesting. Ben C says sports YouTubers have more viewers than ESPN. Cable news, that's what ESPN is, a dinosaur that can't move with the times. Yeah, but at the same time, we watched the beginning of the show. Ratings are higher than they've been in a long time, if not some of them ever. Okay? And Raider fail. Marcellus, we got to see them pictures of you with Soul Glow, the Jerry curl. Okay, you know me. I'm going to promise that I'm going to do it, and you know I ain't going to do it, but I'm going to try. But I got pictures of me with the Jerry curl. It's hilarious. All right, Stephen A. Smith, is this hilarious or insensitive? You tell me.
People inside the agent industry and outside the NBA industry, outside the agent industry, but in the NBA, who believe.
Oh, this is the different one. All right, let's stick on this one. Oh, this is his response. I'm tripping. I got ahead of myself. We got 2 Stephen A's, maybe 3 Stephen A's. Damn, Stephen. I told you he always in the news. This is about him responding to LeBron and Rich Paul, because they saying y'all doing too much on that podcast. Sorry, I reset it. Take everything I just said, fast forward it like 10 minutes.
Rich Paul nor any agent has any business doing a podcast. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm like, look, you know how to watch what you say, stuff like that. But there's a whole bunch of people that believes, especially somebody as influential as him, who wheels and deals and is getting deals done and is making things happen, have no business doing a podcast. In fairness to him, there were a whole bunch of people who believe that LeBron James had no business doing a podcast. Obviously, that led to, Darvin Ham being let go by the Lakers and J.J. Redick ultimately landing that job. Nobody just has said much about it because J.J. Redick has proven himself to be one hell of a coach that is doing his thing. And by the way, who has everybody appreciating his candor about his team and what he sees from it. So that story has died down because J.J. Redick has proven to be terrific. But you have a lot of people that feel that way about folks with the podcast.
Rich
that
Paul's
are in the industry.
a different kind of celebrity.
Yes.
He's a different kind of agent.
Yes, he is.
He's a different type of
yes, he
celebrity
is.
along with him.
I don't have a problem with him doing
Right.
the podcast.
Coming up on First.
Blah, blah, blah. Just had to give her a compliment. That thing laid, girl. You laid that thing down. Somebody told me she married to her brother, too, so, some things just add up. But that thing layered. That thing fresh. She's fresh. All right, so one more. We got one more. Well, how do Lakers feel about this?
Let's see. Ryan Lucas, thank you for the super chat. I heard RP Pod has LA and AR camp unhappy. Confirm. 2, DA got to go. 3, no way Luka is okay with this roster/play. 4, any chance Rob retires season's end. I can confirm that, people have not been happy. I'm not going to go more specific than that, but.
Huh? Man, you can't have that network mindset and mouth. This is podcast, homie. Say it with your chest.
I would just say people have not been happy with that pod and some of the comments, especially I feel like there was some of the initial stuff. Like there was the.
Why is it so hard for you? Ooh, you got one more chance. You got one more chance. You better spit it out.
They're not contenders, right? And that was one thing. And even some people inside that building might believe that at the core if you gave them truth serum. It was like one thing to think that privately, one thing to put that out publicly, but then some of the stuff that has come out since, most notably, I think recently, this whole trade Austin Reaves for Jaren Jackson Jr., who they basically averaged the same amount of rebounds, and that would have been an interesting trade a year ago, but Austin Reaves is just a straight up better player than Jaren Jackson Jr. and has more trade value than Jaren Jackson Jr. So I actually think if Memphis wants to throw in multiple picks and Gigi Jackson, then maybe that's a conversation. But the general framework of just Triple J for Austin Reaves straight up does not make any sense, in my opinion, from the Lakers side. Like, yes, the theory of Triple J makes sense, but he has not been the same defender the last couple of years. He is not a good rebounder. So if you play him at the 5, you really have to have great rebounding, which like Luka helps close some of that gap, but you need at least one more like really good rebounder, if not a couple. And like for now, okay, LeBron, but Triple J likes to play the 4. You kind of have an AD situation again. So he wants to play the 4. You need to figure out the 5 situation. Does that work with Ayton and Triple J? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's been some interesting comments coming out of that, because that is uncommon for an agent to be commenting on his player's team to this degree and saying basically, I would trade this guy, especially a guy who's sort of in contract competition for his client. So yeah.
Why was that so hard for him to say? Hey, respect to you, big dog. I know you got some insight. I know you know what you're talking about, but damn, you act like you had to pull the plug on Grandma. Grandma, 117 years old. Grandma, if she could, she would. God, Lee, spit it out. All right, so he took us on that roller coaster ride of what's going on. Long story short, look, Rich Paul is doing a great job of maneuvering this, balancing this out. Like, he's saying stuff, you're like, damn, he said that? But at the same time, he ain't saying nothing that anybody else couldn't say. You think, search the internet right now. Let's trade Austin Reaves because he's going to be a max player, and let's not keep LeBron James is probably going to be gone, right? Whatever. They're going to do with his contract. Luka and Austin Reaves at our 2 maxes. Be real. Are y'all going to win? Thank you. So somebody has said this, and it's just a problem because Rich Paul said it. Grow up, you aunties. But it's not what he said. It's that he's an agent and said it. He can't make it happen. Agents work for the client. Do you know that? Agents are not the employer. They're the employee. You work for me, LeBron. LeBron can shut this down yesterday, and all Rich Paul can say either I don't want you as a client no more, which means you ain't gonna be my friend, or he can just say, look, this is part of the game, content business. They talking about this already. Rich Paul can't join in. He got more information than the people talking about it. So let's see what LeBron thinks about it. LeBron James distances him. Can I say that word? Distances himself from Rich Paul's podcast comments. I told you, I think I got a problem with DIs. DIS. I can't say Disneyland without slowing down, and I can't say distances. Something wrong with my tongue. It's heavy. I think people should realize that grown men can say whatever the funk they want to say, and it shouldn't reflect somebody else saying it. No video, just straight comments. Okay, let's get some of these quotes out of here. Rich has his perspective of what he sees. I have my perspective. I'm a grown man. Oh, God. I hate when I hear that. But go ahead. He's a grown man, and I say it too, so slap me when I say it. He's a grown man. I think people should realize that grown men can say whatever the funk they want to say, and it shouldn't reflect somebody else is saying it. It's crazy because I don't like that saying, I'm a grown man. It came from LeBron's show. If you guys have never watched this show, it was a show that he produced called Survivor's Remorse. It was insanely great. Insanely great. Like, seriously, one of the best shows. You got to watch it because it talks about somebody making it, getting money young, and what all comes from it, what all comes with it. Everything. The girls, the family dynamic, how the drama, how the teams treat you, how you got to be an adult, how you got to be the man of the house, even though you're 21. You got to tell your daddy no. It's crazy. It was an insanely great show. But there was one scene when the owner was talking to the young star, and the young star was messing up but trying not to be accountable. And he was, I'm a grown-ass man. And then the owner said this. Oh, I remember like yesterday. The owner looked at him, and he said, you know who doesn't say that they're a grown-ass man? Grown-ass men. I swear, from that moment on, I've tried to never say I'm a grown-ass man. I don't think I have too many times, but Jesus, there's levels to this. Somebody said, I'm a grown-ass man. Sounds so childish when you hear it that way, right? Just be an adult, be a grown man. You ain't got to tell me. Because anytime you double down on something, that redundancy really is an insecurity. But I'll talk about that later. Beat up in the comments. Ja Morant about to have a fight in damn practice, it look like. I don't know what the hell going on here, but we're going to talk through it. All right, so what y'all talking about in these comments? I got to read some of these compliments. Thank you. Blood Eagles, me eagle. He said, Marcellus, I honestly don't think people know how deep you think, brother. Oh, I appreciate that. They used to call me Reverend on my team. Yeah, they used to call me Reverend because I do like to go there. I don't care about all this fluffy shit. Like people want to talk about fluff. That's part of the reason why I wasn't as big as I could have been in sports media, amongst other reasons, is because I didn't want to fluff. I'm like, I don't care about that. But I knew the formula to be the most successful is fluff. You know, they actually want you to dumb it down. I'm like, I ain't dumbing down nothing. It's going to take me a lot longer to get where I got to go, but oh well, I'll take it. I ain't going to sound dumb and make you sound dumb because you talk, oh, Marcellus said, go Jets. Ooh, and then I start dancing around stage and stuff. Jets. Snippet says, yo, Marcellus, I was wondering, has your pickleball game improved, dog? Can y'all beat him up in the comments, y'all? Respect to you, Snippets, but nah. I'm on the shelf. I just had hip surgery. It's going to be 4 weeks this Friday. I post all about once or twice a week about my rehab. It's going amazing. Shout out to my surgeon, Jason Snibby. That's my friend and my surgeon. Rehab is at Sports Rehab. Shout out to the crew, Dr. Pat. I'm getting there, y'all. This right hip is going to be all right. The pain is going down every single day. The mobility is up and increasing. It's going down. I'm going to be sick. I am really an athlete somewhere under here, about 60 pounds under here. I'm a man. And I'm down. I've lost 19 pounds since the surgery. Yeah. I was 307. Woo, fat boy. Now I'm like 288. I'm bringing sexy back. Yep. And when I get skinny, I ain't going to know how to act. Nope. I'll be outside. I was telling my wife I'm back. Yep. Oh, my God. What is Ja Morant doing? What is going on here? Please tell me. Okay, there's some music in here, so I'm going to keep the volume down. But let's read body language, since I'm a body language expert. First of all, when your hands out like that and your palms are open, you like, I'm ready to receive whatever you get. What level you on? What's the smoke? Uh-oh. You hit him with that. That's what the kids be doing in the club when they about to get the gun out or they just made a three-pointer. Okay, he clapping his hands. Okay, obviously everybody knows that this ain't it. And then my man bouncing that ball like he ain't never dribbled before. He just like, nah, dog. I don't know what the context of this is, but it seems like since they're over there in Germany or something, it looked like it started off on like a positioning of, hey, I need you to pass me the ball here, and this is how we're going to run this play. But then it started to look like and sound like a little bit, they're talking about, I need you to be here, not just like physically on this court in this position. I need you to be here. Like, all in, invested. See, now look, my man show up here. He's like, no, we ain't got no problems. We talking through it. Back up. So he backs up. He gets up out of. See, they got him out. Look, he trying to read it. Ooh, you see his boy? First of all, somebody like, whoever this is, they like him more than Ja Morant. Watch this. Take a look at me. Tell me, do you like what you see? He like, look, you got a problem. And he keep trying to leave. Now he's like, what? Oh, so now this is what? This is when you losing it. Hey, who ain't been there before? You're like, what? What do you want? Like, dog, I'm not gonna be here long or whatever. And then this dude is like, man, we just want the old Ja. I like the old Ja Morant. I don't like that new Kanye, right? Something like that. He's like, man, you ain't getting it. It's okay. He's like, what the? And then he had to come back. Dog, when your boy got to double back, he trying to stop the first punch. He's like, God dang, 5 minutes. What? Right here. I'm here. See? I told you I'm a body language expert. I knew he was going to say I'm right here. Man, you better get this fool. And then he had to dap him up to act like he was trying to be neutral. You know you was on the other dude's side. I don't know what that conversation was about. I ain't even going to spend too much time guessing it. That was my best guess right there. Okay? So beat it up in the comments. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Tell me what y'all think will happen right there. That was kind of wild. All right. Let's get a quick one. We got a quick one. Uh-oh. I had an argument with Blaze on the rocks, which will be coming up soon. Don't worry. I got to heal. We got to get everything going. There's an announcement to make with that show as well. But look right here. This ain't good. I told them Arrival last year was good. Everybody was talking about it. Arrival off to grim start in year 2 as viewership craters. Told you. That same thing happened to the WNBA. First year, great, and then all of a sudden, everybody gonna check out the new shiny thing. It's just when we check it out, what we see. And then I remember my daughter talking about it. I was like, really? I said, what is it? And she said, oh, it's just better than the WNBA. I was like, oh, okay. I said, is it 3-on-3? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know about that then. I mean, they trying to make the WNBA legit, and now you're going to, like, revise it? So let's just see what they say about this. Shaky start, okay. Opening slate of games on January 5th, 175,000 viewers across TNT and True TV. 2 additional games on opening day that only aired on True TV averages 32,000 viewers. Damn, that's bad. Okay, I didn't even know it started, so that's part of it, right? The marketing, or they're not flooding the market with this. No way, because I would have known. I haven't read any articles except this one about it, so part of this is on them. From there, the numbers haven't been much better. The 9th, 139,000. 71,000 viewers on True TV. That's much better. Numbers show a steep drop-off compared to last season when they averaged 221. Ooh, that's half. Arrivals opening night last year averaged 312. Ooh, 312 to what? 175. Ooh. Across almost double the figure, yeah. It's a wrap. That's in trouble. I shouldn't say a wrap because that makes people think it's over. I'll just say, yeah, what you thought it was going to be, it's going to be here. Now, how they going to get it back to close that gap? I don't know. I've not watched one unrivaled thing, and I don't feel obligated. I don't feel forced. You're not going to make me do that. I'm trying to buy into the WNBA. Y'all trying to go here? Okay. So now we're about to get into the spicy part of the show. If you guys know how we rock, we do all the sports, we do all the sports media, and then we kind of get into the politics. Then we smile at the end and do something lighthearted or funny or silly. All right, you ready? Oh, good. Somebody said there's a guy who put out the video where do you actually know what they're saying? I bet it's that dude, Legends. All right, let me check Legends. Let me write that down. Good stuff. Who just said that? Brian Chess. Thank you, Brian Chess. Legends job video. Okay, yeah, he always breaks down. He somehow, some way, I don't know, he a speech therapist or something. That sucker be breaking it down. All right, this is my homeboy. I shout out to Jason Brown. Shout out to Smitty. Shout out to Sean King. Shout out to Steve Kim. Shout out to the whole Jason Brown, Coach JB stuff. They're talking about sexuality in the NFL. Now, if you were raised by your auntie, this is the time for you to leave this show, because on this show, we go in there. I don't give a damn, okay? If it's happening, we're going to talk about it, okay? And then we're going to follow this up with another topic on this same subject from the Congress, from the U.S. government conversation. So buckle up, y'all. We about to get spicy.
There's no such thing as a metrosexual. It's called gay. I did not know that they had a gay boy cheerleader.
Well, we don't know if he's gay or not, but yeah.
How do you not know? See, that's the problem with liberals. Liberal mindset is unwilling to accept the truth when it smacks them in the motherfucking face.
Oh, do you know him? Yes or no?
He's straight as a motherfucker, right? He actually just was practicing.
I didn't say that. I said I don't know him.
Anyway,
he's very feminine though.
Because he's fucking gay. He's a man.
You ain't never met no feminine men?
They're called gay.
Oh, like for example, Prince. Prince was feminine, but he got bitches.
He had bitches because he had fucking videos that were humongous, and he had bad bitches on there.
I'm saying that's an example of a metrosexual, though.
That's far left talking. See, do we have to do like a goddamn breakdown on the like metrosexuality of fucking human?
Metro what?
Whatever do you think metrosexual? That's gay, homie. There is no such thing as a bi boy.
I didn't say bi.
It doesn't matter. Bi and metro go together.
They don't.
It's called gay. And at the end of the day, when you say a man is bi, he is not bi. It's no such thing as being bi.
Metrosexual, relating to or denoting men who live in urban areas and enjoy shopping, fashion, and similar interests traditionally associated with women or gay men. Good. That's what metrosexual is.
This motherfucker just read and told on his motherfucking self and is gonna sit there and defend it?
It's associated with it.
If you ever touch or associate yourself with a hairy butthole, you have now transitioned over and are now gay. I want to be super fucking clear. There is no such thing as a bisexual man. Stop talking like there is. You either fuck pussy or hairy ass. Nothing else.
To put the fear of God in these motherfuckers!
Like I told you, I don't throw out babies with the bathwater, but obviously they're talking two different conversations right here. On that one, Coach JB kept calling the dude gay because he danced, right? Simple. We got to separate the social from the sexual. You understand that? Have you ever met a guy who had tendencies that were feminine, things that you associated historically with women? And he loved it, like they said, shopping and, oh, girl. But that's as much as that leads you to think about them sexually in terms of their sexuality, be careful, okay? Because it goes a many ways from that moment on, okay? Some of those guys are not. Since you're a male cheerleader does not mean a prerequisite is you are gay. Or if I see a male cheerleader, you are gay. Stop that. Okay, I hope everybody knows somebody that's a male cheerleader that goes out and hangs and go get them with you too. Matter of fact, I tell you one story. I knew a male cheerleader, I played a lot of ball, and this dude, no lie, he used to say, man, I love when people think I'm gay and all that stuff. He said, first of all, while y'all at the game with your wife or your girlfriend or with your boys eating hot dogs, which is weird, and bananas, he said, guess where I am? He said, I got a palm full of that. I was like, wow. Okay. But let's not, in all seriousness, social and sexual are not the same thing. Don't believe me? There's a place in Atlanta, they say, called Bulldogs. I drove by it one time, not to go in. Y'all stupid. No, because the reason was I saw a line of dudes, and it was weird. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of dudes going to that spot. What's that spot? I'm not from Atlanta. My boy was like, oh, that's Bulldogs. I was like, where's that? He said, that's where they go. I said, where they go? Who are them? I mean, it looked like a bunch of like naughty by nature Tretch looking dudes. Hey, you can smoke a spliff on the cliff, but you still won't be high enough dudes. They look like that, but they were, socially, they were dudes, but sexually, they were gay. Simple as that. Okay. Gay spot. The Abbey down here in LA. And Abbey's the #1 club in America in terms of alcohol sales. Gay club. Go by Abbey. On some nights, it wasn't gay. I remember the night I almost got killed by Suge Knight. I told y'all that. That was at the Abbey on a straight night. Game was up there rapping and all this stuff. Crazy. So socially and sexually, we have to separate. So I'm with Darnell on that one. But you tell me who I am on this one. We're going to finish this topic. Then we got some Stephen A. Smith taking some smoke for his blackness. But let's continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
All right, is this Senator Hawley? I guess that's his name tag in front of him. This dude is, he got a brain. All I know is he is on it. Let's hear it.
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
There are many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying.
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
no, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. The United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
Veracity. When he pulled that out, he's like, this is the peak. This is the moment. Ma'am, I just want to let you know I'm not here for play. Are you going to conform your political beliefs, your opinions, your experience to the truth? Veracity, the definition of the word. Ma'am. I mean, she a doctor. That's what's gangster. That's what's gangster. And she, look, have all your beliefs. I'm not trying to take away from your beliefs, but for us to have a social contract together, you're going to have to abide by the truth. But what is the truth? But we don't know the truth because you're not answering it. Answer it truthfully. Not to tell you what to say, but I think you know what to say and you don't want to say it. We're listening.
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with.
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question, it sounds like.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Jesus. Yes or no?
I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized.
Hey, we about 2-3 minutes in. This is the conversation. Your dreams have been fulfilled. Talk.
And push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged, and yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person.
Okay, shout out to the crowd because I couldn't sit here. It's not a courtroom, but at the same time, I can't get a read on anybody's reaction except Senator Hawley. The rest, they look at this girl back here. She holding it tight. Look at him holding it tight. What the hell are we doing? Let's go.
Person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing.
Senator, also.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you. First of all, what school did he go to? I hope he went to Columbia. You know I'm proud. But what school did she go to? It's okay. Okay, that may be misleading. What is also misleading to her is that she doesn't want to address biology because she wants to address ideology. Ma'am, we could do both. I don't understand why you're picking instead of not answering both. You don't have to pick. We got time. We got time today. He had 5 minutes right there. That's sad. But I did love when she said, I have a lot of complex identities and situations with my patients. Okay, let's talk through that after we at least come to an understanding on the biology of it. Okay? You throw an IG at the end of any word, we can respect them all. Ideology. You throw a biology, you can throw an ology anywhere. But can we get there, G? I have 3 daughters. I have 1 son. Here we go. Y'all want to see? This is my family. And my joke is, this is my favorite. But the real is, I got a wife, 3 daughters. My best friend's a woman. Her name is Tiki, my sister, OG Hennyloke. I'm a mama's boy. Got to protect women. He's talking about the legislation. He's talking about the funding. He's talking about everything. We know in sports we got to do it. We know what's going on. Come on, ma'am. Come on. Don't be in on it like that. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Okay, I got to show you this. Let me break it up before we get into it. I think we got Stephen A, and then we're going, we got to do Fire Ryan Clark. All right, so I got to save that. We got to do this. All right, so there's some chants of Fire Ryan Clark, which I don't support, but I'm going to listen to. Because that's what we do on this show. We chop it up. But let me see what y'all, golly. I see why Stephen A. Smith got into politics. Y'all be talking. I do a topic on John Harbaugh. It's like 100 comments. You talk about this damn man versus woman. It's thousands. All right. Where the F did she get her degree from? Danny Fan said with a super chat. Yeah, please somebody beat it up in the comments. Dr. Vermer, please. I need both of theirs. I want both of their universities. Seriously, not no jokes. University of Mumbai. Danny Fan. Member Danny Fan. No, I want for real. Beat it up in the comments. All right. I think a lot of people wanted to hear this. Why are they talking about Fire Ryan Clark? Let's see how real and fake this is. Let's go.
Mike Tomlin could save us from an insufferable race baiter on TV. I would fire Ryan Clark and replace him with Mike Tomlin.
See, that's
and
a
the
cold
reason
shot.
I do that
That's
is
a cold shot.
If you make that replacement, Ryan Clark can't claim racism. He can't say you replaced me with a young white guy or a pretty blonde girl. He'd have to eat it because you're replacing him with a black guy, right?
Oh, the NAACP almost closed that down. See how they just gave that black out right there? Oh, man, Ryan Clark, right? Oh, it's an itty bitty. Oh, hold on. Itty bitty time. Give me some love. Give me a kiss. Good morning. You still sleepy? It's too bright in here. Yeah, give me a kiss. You say hi or no? You too tired? Oh, my baby girl. You're up a little early, right? How are you? Yeah? Is brother still asleep or he left you? This is Olivia. This is my wild card. She crazy. She crazy. Beautiful way. Okay, you got to go upstairs and get dressed, start getting dressed, and daddy's going to come up there in like 10 minutes. Okay? Deal? And make sure you do your chart and do lotion on your whole body. Okay? Don't skip a step. Okay, close the door. Love you. Mwah. Close the door. All the way, please. Daddy first. Oh, that Olivia? Wow. Next level. All right, keep going. This is getting next level.
And here's my thing on Ryan Clark. I used to be the biggest fan of Ryan Clark's. I even went on Twitter. You can find my own tweet. Ryan Clark is the next superstar in sports media. And he thanked me for saying it. So then I reached out to him once. We've mutual friends or producers in common. Yeah. And I reached out to him because I thought it'd be nice for he and I to, get to know each other. Like I've done that many times. We're in the same industry. like we're all competing with each other, but I respect talent.
Right.
Like I'm not one of those guys that says everybody but me sucks.
Okay.
And a lot of people in our business do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't watch anyone else on TV. I don't listen to anyone else on radio. Everybody else sucks. I'm the only guy who can do this. I thought Ryan Clark was a rising star. And then unfortunately, he made a decision, and maybe that's good for his family and himself, where he became a race guy. Unfortunately, a lot of his takes are about race, and I can't stand that black or white. So he got to the point where I find him insufferable now. And I love The Pivot. I think The Pivot had a chance to be one of the great podcasts out there. And again, it all became soapbox race crap, right? So now I'm going to replace it with Mike Tomlin. America is happy. Mike Tomlin's employed. He's happy. And we can move on with our lives and enjoy good sports content and tech.
I know you have a thing with Ryan Clark. My thing is, though, in all seriousness, I believe there's one person in one of those studio jobs that doesn't seem like they like doing it anymore.
Okay.
And that's Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whoever his co-host is, I think his name Tyrone something or Jerome or something like that. Respect. He was like, nah, ain't no wins in that for me right now. Like you saw the social pressure. We always talk about that cultural pressure, that social pressure. Look, this ain't the time. He did enough going in on Ryan Clark for you to now keep your black card and make sure you don't go in too, right? So let's pivot, as you know, pun intended. Let's pivot and get off of that. But what was he saying there for real? The conscious decision, I think, is the most intriguing part about it, is that literally everyone felt the same way. I felt the same way. I met Ryan Clark day one when he came to ESPN. I used to call him Stringer Bell, on air and off air, to him and all that. Frankly, I didn't overlap with Ryan Clark. It didn't feel like on the field. Or we both played defense, and he was a safety, but he was with Troy Polamalu, whatever it may be. So I didn't know Ryan Clark. I didn't know him. And then when I met him through media, I was like, because he was still playing. That's right. And he was still playing, but doing media. I was like, you smart. Get this thing going before you're done. And then we stayed in touch and all that stuff. Like, all right, I would see him and all that. And then one day, like DJ Quick said, one day I'm chilling on a Rambier Spruce, 40 in your hand and you're about to get loose. Got your Nikes on your feet, T-shirt, gold khakis. Heard a horn blown, looked up, it was Jackie. You know what happened? You hear a horn blow, burp, burp. And there's different trains and buses that take you different places, the incentives. Hey, I mean, race became huge 2016, 2020 pandemic. If you jumped on that, if you were on YouTube at that time, blowing up. If you were on network TV but talk race and you talked it pro-black without any criticism, like just not even going there, you know what you did. You caught the wave. Simple as that. So what he's basically saying, and he probably can't go all the way there. Carton got to laugh a lot. He got to say it this way and that way. I'm going to tell you what he's saying. He's like, oh, you caught the wave. You know, you caught the wave. And there's always a wave. There's always a wave where, you know, I can do, even at your job, I could do this and I know I'm going to get some love, get promoted. But that ain't me, or that ain't what I want, or that ain't my ethics. Or I could do it my way and hope and work my way there. Simple as that. So beat it up in the comments. No, we ain't firing Ryan Clark. At the same time, yeah, we wish he stopped race baiting, but hey, you gonna stop that wave? You ever go to the beach and try and with your kids, you go to the beach and go, you know, when the waves be hitting you like this, you ever try to stop a wave? It ain't happening. All right, let's get into Stephen A. Smith after I beat it up in the comments, read a couple of these. But boy, man, the price of fame, price of praise is criticism. And they are criticizing Stephen A. Smith, and then we're out of here. Okay, so Senator Hawley went to Yale and Stanford. Duh. I mean, he sounds smart, so I knew it was something. And she went to North Carolina? Wow, that's a good school. It's all right, it's a big school, though, so, you know, it's a lot of good. Yale and Stanford ain't as big. They ain't got as many. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but go ahead, girl. All right, Stephen A. Smith, you're up. Let's read this first. This is tough. Stephen A. Smith has done the math. This is Soledad O'Brien, who I've met before. Lovely lady. This is what you have to say if you want to have the audience that he is trying to build. A rabid audience that will stand by you, and that audience has a financial value. I'm past being disappointed. So when I read this, let me tell you what I think, since we're doing our show, but I'm talking. Everyone does the math. Like, I hate when people say stuff like it's profound, but if you really just stop and think, Thomas Sowell, you're like, who doesn't do the math? We just talked about Ryan Clark doing the math. Pro-black, anti-white, pro-white, everyone does math. This is what you have to say if you want to have the audience that he's trying to build. Okay. Well, I don't think you try to build an audience based on what you're trying to say. I think you say what you want to say and the audience comes. But that's my method, maybe not Stephen A. Smith. So that one, I'm not going to hold her to it. A rabid audience that will stand by you, and that audience has a financial value. Every audience has a financial value. As if you're doing network TV, you know what your rabid audience is? It's actually, oh, itty bitty, what's up? You got to go upstairs, no more. Daddy has to finish work, okay? Give me some love.
Do you have school today?
You know you do, silly. I love her. Okay, you got to get dressed. This is not dressed and this is not chart. Okay, we don't want a consequence. If we get a consequence, then we're not going to do anything, okay? Don't lose your privilege. Do all your stuff and Daddy's come upstairs in a few minutes. Work. Love you. So she got that gene. She want to be a star. No lie. So she came back just to get her little. She's like, first time I was too sleepy. Now, let them know who I am. Anyway, rabid audience that will stand by you, and that audience has a financial value. You know what they told us in network TV? You know who our most loyal viewers are? Black males at home. Unemployed black males, something like that, right? Not really economically as strong as other demographics, but loyal to a fault, will watch your shows and will support. Watch First Take when it goes anywhere. I mean anywhere, not just HBCUs. Okay, so Stephen A. Smith's day job is that. See how they say the same thing for no matter what you do? A rabid audience. What's that, white conservative they're trying to say? Okay, but why is it black liberal that supports the networks the most? Solar Dad, anybody? I'm past being disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed too when y'all want to call somebody out if you ain't got the right ammo. But hey, I'm listening. I'm listening. As Rich Paul said, it's the content business. Let's talk. This is Joy Reid going in on Stephen A. Smith.
Most of us, including the many black men and women who you've disrespected over the years, we know that. It's just a pity that you have that big old platform, which I sure hope your loud, dumbass takes don't jeopardize for your day job, bruh, since I am today old, just doing my research on you since I don't watch your show and not previously realizing that your podcast is not even connected to ESPN. So don't shit on your day, your main bag by saying dumb shit on your podcast. That's just my free advice to you, because you either don't know shit or you just don't care. Instead, you use your platform to cozy up to the Bill O'Reillys and the Chris Cuomos of the world and the Newsmaxes, sucking up to them for favor from the regime, while people who you actually could have used your platform to stand up for, people like the people Colin Kaepernick stood up for and threw away his literal career to stand up for, while those people are destroyed. And I promise you, Stephen, I promise you, when
I got to stop her right there. Okay. I don't know if she's ever looked beyond skin deep and just came to this realization, quiet time at home, lighting candles, just sitting there and thinking, maybe this black man, this powerful black man, Stephen A. Smith, is not actually trying to cozy up to the regime. It's not trying to cozy up to those names and entities. Just maybe this black guy, I don't know, actually believes this. Actually thinks that way. And his thoughts go from left to right. Because if you all have followed Stephen A. Smith in any political realm, you understand he's all over the place. And that could be a good thing. Because I think if we really had to go and fill out questionnaires about our politics, I hope it's not linear. I hope there's a wave to it. I hope there are some things you're like, man, as you hear someone say, I'm fiscally conservative, but I'm socially liberal. You know what that is? All over the place. That means when it comes to my money, leave me alone, government. And then when it comes to me hanging out, all right, do you, government, but I'm about to be chilling. I'm about to be out there. Give me my freedoms, right? Like, regulation, yes. Liberation, yes. Well, all over the place. Joy Reid, I hate when people think with their color. Because that means now Stephen A. Smith can't be conservative. That means Stephen A. Smith can't be What? Not pro-black? Being black and doing something as big and bad as Stephen A. Smith is the best pro-black I know. I'd rather that than somebody down at Lamar Park yelling at me. That ain't as pro-black as this. Stephen A. Smith is pro-black if you really want to do it. If you really want to play the silly game of color first, well, guess what? There are not too many people with more power and influence, certainly in his space, but I could think about anywhere, than this black man. So if you pro-black, why you ain't pro-Stephen A. Smith? Because he's cozying up to the powers that be? If anything, that access to the powers that be is something you should encourage. And no matter what you want to say about that, they let a black man have it. Maybe they ain't as racist. And a black man got it. Maybe it ain't as limiting as you think our skin color is. But continue, Joy Reid. Continue.
The unspicy whites are done with you, and eventually they will be done with you.
Oh, that was the most racist thing I ever heard. The spicy whites done with you, and trust me, they're going to be done with you. Wow. Well, Stephen A. Smith, you better run, brother. I don't know where you are in these politics. Come over here, dog. Let's talk. I'll give you some ammo. What the funk? I wish somebody would say, oh, all the white people that you hang with that ain't really liking you, ain't really rocking with you, and they're going to discard you soon? Oh, that's racial.
May not have a home in Black America to come home to.
Yeah, he do. He come to my house. Right here. Right here. Stephen A. Smith. I got room, big dog. Black America? Where's Black America? Go. Where? Oh, it ain't a place? What is it, a mindset? What's the zip code of Black America, ma'am? Stop limiting this man. Stop limiting these kids. Stop telling everybody they're going to be stuck in their color. Because their color come with a code. Stop telling somebody how to act. God dang you. Oh, not only raised by your auntie, but still got a slave mindset. Oh, they ain't going to really like you, so you better be careful. Who give a fuck about they? How about I like me? And wherever I go, I'm comfortable. Oh, but be careful over there. Oh, you shook.
Look, I don't know you, Stephen. That is true. As you said, we met
like
that one time, ironically, at the National Association of Black Journalists convention.
Oh, he can't go now because he black, but he ain't black. You playing that game, the authentic black versus, he ain't black. Oh, this is so pure ignorant. Hey, I told you, I'm criticizing anybody publicly. We in the locker room. You can't take it. Get off the team. Not team black. You know what team I rock with. We all in the same gang. Humanity, let's go.
But I disrespect you. I disrespect you, Stephen, if I'm being honest. Because I suspect that had you not been a 1-year-old in February 1968 and instead had been a sports broadcaster at the time, you probably would have attacked Delano Middleton for not sticking to sports. You probably would have attacked Cleveland Sellers for not respecting the South Carolina administration and figuring out how to work with them. Just my thoughts.
Those are not your thoughts because you didn't think. Those are not your thoughts. You did not think about what you said. You don't even know Stephen A. Smith. You just admitted. You didn't know anything about the dynamics, but you just heard some words and decided to say, I don't want to think, but I want to give you my thoughts. Respectfully, Joy Reid, you're doing harm. And I hope you realize it, and I hope you get what you want out of it, because I will push back against your harm to hopefully help. She just did what they do in sports all the time. Oh, if he played back then he would. You know what you have to transfer along with their mindset and talent to another era? The technology's different. The opportunities are different. The advantages and disadvantages are different. You don't make that comparison. Oh, I bet you if you were in the 60s, you would have. Your ammunition against me is if I were born 50 years earlier? I love this. Man, if I was there, how many times we heard somebody say something stupid? We always sit there and be like, man, if he would have did that to me, I would have. Man, if I was born during slavery, I would have. So you just did that and you act like you dropping some jewels. Woo. I'm not trying to take away from her platform. I'm just going to tell y'all, miss me. And yeah, he has a spot in Black America for me. I don't kick black people out of Black America because for what? How do you get kicked out of something that the only prerequisite is that you are black? this little silly world that you want to create called Black America, like white America. What is that? White America got black people in it. Black companies have white people owning it. There are things that white people are pushing that black people have the most power with. Remember Diddy and Ciroc? They had the money, they had the power, they let a black person be the influence. Come on. We all borrow from each other. How territorial can you be? I don't see the chains around you, but I hear them. Ooh, I hear them. All right, Stephen A. Smith, can you at least rebut something?
Jasmine Crockett has been invited on this show multitude of times. You sitting down talking to everybody else. How come you ain't sit down and talk to me? Scared of what I'm going to ask? I don't know. I have no clue. But if you're going to say something like that about somebody, hell, say it to their face.
You want to see his face? Here you go. That's him. Go speak. Since y'all the type that like that, want to go there, call him a modern day Django. Jasmine Crockett. We know who she is, right? Representative. Let me just end here. I have seen so much harm done by this limited mindset and scope. Intra-black. I keep getting these warnings. Careful, white people. Careful, other people. And then it be your own people that tear you down harder and faster. But that's why I always push back and say, my own people, it ain't power to the people, it's power to the person. I'm not judging you based on your color. You know why? Because your color doesn't inform me. But slaves or slave mindset people, like what I just heard, Joy Reid, people who stuck, you don't see the change, you just hear them. Like, damn, girl, what you say? He got to be on what? He got to be on your way of black? Let me just give it to you like this. Instead of saying what it's not, this is what black is. Or black person being whoever they want to be. That's black. That's it. It's not a deep definition. If you're corny, you're corny. You're not less black. If you're a square, you're a square. You're not less black. People try to do that to Russell Wilson. He ain't black. He ain't black. Lamar Jackson, black. That's a different quarterback. Ryan Clark, I remember trying to dance around that. Will you stop? People always make that synonymous. They go poverty, then they go hood, then they go urban, then next thing you know, they're going to say black or brown. What? Do you not know how many affluent black people there are that are just sitting there? You just drove by their house. Oh, they don't count? Oh, they got to act a certain way? You don't miss me? Hey, man, be you, do you. Y'all know I got smoke for Stephen A. Smith when he did what he did to Max Kellerman and, you know, the tour of talking bad about him. I got smoke. Ain't nobody perfect. Me either. I got smoke for him what he did with the LeBron and the tour and all that. But that's it, pretty much. I don't know what else. When they race bait, brother. I'm not acting like I'm taking up for Stephen A. I'm taking up for the truth. And the truth is you hurting black kids. You hurting the people you're trying to help, you're hurting by saying, stay in this narrow lane. And then you're going to get accepted by us all. I don't care if you accept me. I accept me. Okay? Transaction denied. I don't care. Don't even give me your card to read it. I don't want your black card. I don't need it. I got it. What do you mean? You ever been so good that you go everywhere and you just got it? You don't ask hey, bud, you got 5 on it? I don't need 5 on it. I got my on it. What? These people walking around here, ooh, wee. I can't wait. Man, we got to call this something. This is worse than auntie behavior, right? This present day slave mindset. It's silly. And yeah, I know this is going to get backlash or people are going to be mad. I don't give a damn. You ain't right. If you were right, I would care. Since you're wrong, I'll just wait for you to wake up. Okay? It's been, how many hundreds of years? trying to borrow somebody else's pain so you can sound like you've been through something. If you don't miss me, ma'am, you don't miss me. Call me what you want. And trust me, if you call me something that I told you earlier in the show, if you come at me, I come at you. Now, I won't escalate, but I also ain't no punk. All right, let's get into these last 2 before I go get my itty bitties. This is dope. I have never seen this in my life. Please tell me, y'all. Please tell me this is real. What the funk? This is life. My man got a living room on wheels. Yo. I saw that. I said, I got to show the people that. That's insane. And last but not least, let's get out here on this poll. You have to remove 2. Sex, golf, love, money, alcohol, social media, and music. Beat it up in the comments. Which 2 are you getting rid of? This one is not as hard as I thought it was. Obviously not number 1, and I'm glad my parents didn't either, or I wouldn't be here. Golf, you're in trouble. Love? No, I got to have love almost as much as sex, but I think sex is first. Sex is first for a reason on here. All right, so love and sex is safe. Money? Oh, no, I got to have $5. I don't need $1 billion, but I don't need 0. So we got to have some money. Alcohol? I can't. That's one of those I'm going to lie about, but I need you. I like you. If I don't need you, I like you a lot. So right now, golf and alcohol is on the ropes. Social media? Oh, yeah. But then that means I can't do this show with y'all, so I got to be careful. Those are the 3. Music? Oh, no, music is safe. Music is safe. Sex, love, and music. I sound like a damn rock and roll star. I'm keeping that. So the 2 I would get rid of, social media, alcohol, or golf. Damn. I really like social media. It's a group text to the world. Alcohol and golf. If it really came down to it, golf is gone. All right, golf is gone. I play pickleball, so I'm good. Alcohol or social media? Jesus. I can't lie. I use alcohol more than social media over the years and stuff. I grew up without social media, so sorry, y'all. Got to get rid of social media and golf. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think and how this is all going down. Ooh, spicy show. I'll tell you, the show going to keep getting crazier and wilder, and whatever's out there, we will talk about it, okay? I got this ability. I won't say unique ability. I got this ability where I could go into some gangster stuff and walk out. I'm good. I ain't fighting. I ain't shooting. I ain't mad. You ain't going to hurt my feelings. I hope I don't hurt yours, but we're going to get to the truth. Real spit. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not a Herbert here.
Because I think the Herbert.